Vancouver Island. Situated on the west coast of Canada, it's full of incredible diversity, wildlife, beauty, things to see, do, and explore. But it's also the home to thousands of amazing musicians, and in this series, I'm going to introduce you to a few of them. So let's get to it. Okay, hello, and welcome to Edgestone Studios. Today in the studio, I have Hills 60.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and what your role in the band is?
My name's Eric, and I'm the guitar playing singer.
He's also the songwriter.
Nice.
Indeed.
I'm Heather, and I'm on vocals.
I'm Shannon, and I'm also on vocals.
Mm-hmm. I'm Angela, and I play the bass.
And I'm Andy, and I play mandolin.
What type of music do you guys play?
Well, it's acoustic music. It's, in sort of the bluegrass country tradition. And, we try to put a twist on it, but probably we don't. We just like the good old tunes.
All originals, or?
Yeah, mostly originals.
How long have you guys been playing together as this group?
I think it starts out with Eric and I, and we've been playing together for about 10 years in different bands.
Yeah, it's true.
And then we went off on our own around 6 to 8 years ago. And then just recently we decided to change genres and focus mostly on his music. Mm-hmm. And sort of started meeting all these amazing friends.
We're all kind of a scene in the valley playing acoustic music. We met through the Grassroots Orchestra on the t-shirt that you're wearing.
The shirt on today.
Yes, really.
And for those watching, we're talking the Cowichan Valley on Vancouver Island. You'll see that right here on this image I'm going to show. So, but as a five-piece, how long?
About 9 months, I guess. Yeah.
Under a year.
Well, way under
Yeah.
a year.
Andy was part of the band in concept, but he didn't know he was part of the band until
right.
June.
That was news to me. I too much to my surprise and not chagrin, I showed up at it was a Grassroots Orchestra sort of demonstration evening, and at the end of it, Heather comes alongside to me and with the subtlety of a brick through a jeweler's window is like, "Hey, you should come over to our place and jam. We'd really enjoy that, so would you."
I think it was only a year ago, believe it or not. And it just sort of all kind of spawned from, Heather and I play music together all the time. Friday nights, we started inviting people over just to join us and play music. From there, this kind of evolved, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so what song are you going to play first, and what's it about?
It's a good old breakup song called I've Forgotten It All.
Awesome.
In a country style.
I've forgotten it all every time you hurt me. I've forgotten it all every time you put me in the cold. I've forgotten it all when you said it would be alright. Then you can't even get home at night. That's alright now, baby, I've forgotten it all. Sure is the moon above me and the ground beneath my shoes. I can't find a reason I'd remember you. One might be the heartache, the other might be the blues. 'Cause what to keep or throw away is all mine to choose. I've forgotten it all every time you hurt me. I've forgotten it all every time you put me in the cold. I've forgotten it all when you said it would be alright. Then you can't even get home at night. That's alright now, baby, I've forgotten it all. just yet. All the memories put away in a box beneath my bed. Blew away on chimney smoke with the thoughts of you I had. I've forgotten it all. Every time you kissed me, I've forgotten it all. Every time you looked into my eyes, I've forgotten it all. When you said that you'd be true, even when you told me, honey, I love you. That's alright now, baby, I've forgotten it all. That's alright now, baby, I've forgotten it all. That's alright now, baby, I've forgotten it all.
And then we all just started playing together. And we were like, hey, this is so much fun.
good.
And they all loved his music, like I loved his music. And so now when we play his music, we can feel the energy and feel the story behind each song and feel just how his music feels, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's so much fun. And I can't wait for everyone to hear all the rest of it, because there's so much more,
Right.
and each one is a little different, and we have this beautiful band family that are going to bring them to life.
And it is true that it was, they surprised me with the whole band thing.
Mm-hmm.
They knew life was busy, so we didn't want to bother you.
Yeah.
We knew you'd be in. And when I found out there was a band just after the Bluegrass Festival here in June, then they brought me in on the group chat, and I look and realize, you guys have been practicing since March? Since March? Since March I've been in a band that
I've been in a band that I didn't know about.
It was brilliant.
So you've been in the band for a long time, but you've only known about it for 2 months.
Yeah,
That's right,
exactly.
Yeah, we
Yes,
just
perfect.
we figured.
I already know the answer to this, but everybody else doesn't. So what part of Vancouver Island are you guys from?
Cowichan Valley.
I was in around Lower Landsville, which is just outside of Nanaimo, and then I moved to Victoria, and then I've just moved to Duncan 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm from Nanaimo.
Cowichan Valley.
Same, Cowichan Valley.
Okay, so fairly close, fairly local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where the name comes from. Hill 60 is a logging hill halfway up to Lake Cowichan, halfway up the Cowichan Valley Highway.
And that's news to me. I made the assumption that Hill 60 was
Because
people are cresting
Oh, yeah.
60. They're
just
either
part of
over
it,
it or
right?
moving towards it.
Only one of us has crested 60. The rest of us are still much younger
We're
than that.
still much younger
I
than
see.
that.
Much.
Well, there's 2 of us in the room who have crested 60.
But we are all climbing Hill 60.
We all
Yes,
are.
everybody climbs Hill
But
60.
The climb is
for
coming.
me, that was the other reason that I couldn't help but join when I heard the name, because Hill 60 was also a name of a feature back in Ontario where I grew up that
Really?
my grandfather called it Hill 60 based on a Hill 60 he saw in France when he was in World War One.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So a
there's
landscape
that one.
feature that
Yeah.
he named Hill 60 that was local, but it was actually because of his
From
experiences
World
in
War One.
France.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
didn't know
So when
that.
I heard
Cool.
the band was called Hill 60, I was like, I can't not join that.
Wow. So much synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we feel every
Yeah.
single
Every
time we're
time.
together.
Cool.
Every time.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a follow-up question to that is, how long have you lived on Vancouver Island?
Well over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
7 years.
Over 20.
Just 20 this time and 4 years a long time ago.
Ah, and so the follow-up question to that question is, why do you love living on the island?
For me, it's the people, especially in the Cowichan Valley. I've never met people like this. Just everyone is so real and
Authentic.
real, loving. And the music on Vancouver Island is amazing. I swear, everyone that you meet is a musician, a singer, a songwriter, somehow is a supporter, an incredible supporter of music. I mean, the music scene here, you don't go in thinking, oh, I'm going to go in and I'm going to, become the, top of the charts. You go in thinking, what am I going to learn from all these people here? And,
Wow.
and you just
Yeah.
want to share it. It's amazing. The music here is amazing.
That's
The trees are
fantastic.
pretty good too.
And the trees.
And
are
the
good.
trees.
And the water.
And
The
the
water
water.
is amazing.
One of my personal goals is I'd love to see the Cowichan Valley become like the Nashville of Canada.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's
Right.
a great
so
idea.
we've got
Yes.
3, 4
Amen.
local
Yeah.
studios that are pro studios, including my own. And that could be 50. That's the
But what
side
I love about this studio is outside of your talents and things, I love the support. It's the supportive nature. I've been in a lot of studios before, and it's very professional. And they don't really take the person into account. You know, each person. We're all
Right.
human, and that's what I love about here is
Thanks.
that it's very welcoming and it's homey, but yet professional.
Nice.
So you don't
Thank
get your nerves are kind of okay,
Oh,
we're
no
good.
big
we
deal.
can just
We're
we can
just
just be ourselves
practicing.
here.
It feels
and-
very similar to
Yeah.
standing in a living room and rehearsing when we were standing.
But yet,
in your
Perfect.
yeah,
studio.
what we've heard is
That's my goal. Like I
and what we
just,
heard is just good
I don't want
music,
it to
good
be. I
sound.
don't ever want to be in a situation where people aren't enjoying what they're doing while they're trying to create music that's a recording, because that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the point of the studio is recording, right?
While you're
As
doing
opposed
it.
to
true.
Well, and
So-
you can feel it
You
when
can.
it feels good. When
Cool.
it's rolling well, you can tell. And if it's being forced, that's a whole different energy too.
Yeah,
Cool.
and to get the songs that we got into 2 or 3 takes is amazing.
Well,
So
that's you
that's
guys are pretty-
fantastic.
Pretty talented. So what song are you going to play next? And what's it called?
It's a song. It's based on a character, kind of like someone I know who's getting older. Everybody is, and he's having trouble to let go of the past.
And what's it called?
The heck is it called, Heather?
Isn't done yet.
It isn't done yet.
Nice.
Thanks. The heart don't know when the body gets old what to do with itself. And the eyes don't see how it longs to be free. They just keep looking back. And the heart is cursed to remember what the mind is blessed to forget. And time has its way with us, and it isn't done yet. You're cruel to yourself, keep fooling yourself. We can go back again. And back in the day gets further away with every new spin. And the heart is cursed to remember what the mind is blessed to forget. The time has its way with us, and it isn't done yet. The heart don't know when the body gets old what to do with itself. And the eyes don't see how it longs to be free. They just keep looking back. And the heart is cursed to remember what the mind and it isn't done yet. And time has its way with us, and it isn't done yet.
Who are your biggest influences? Let's
Okay.
go to Eric, because you've written most of these songs, if not all
Okay,
of them.
I don't know if you guys, even you guys, have heard of this guy. I probably have talked about him. His name's Robbie Folks.
Oh, okay.
He's a North Carolina singer-songwriter, bluegrass tradition, but similarly aged with me, so kind of came out of the punk rock. Like, all of his albums were produced by Steve Albini, but they're all country albums, like acoustic guitar country albums. And I think he's awesome and a wonderful songwriter.
How about yourself?
As a singer,
Yeah.
I always said that, or I've just told everyone that I think that I'm a performer first and a singer second, as it were, if you had to choose. And these musicians are the vocalists that I look at, and also lyricists like Katie Lang,
Right.
the most amazing lyricist. So she's definitely someone I look up to. And then Lucinda Williams, who, with her blend of genres and just her, I don't know, I just love her attitude and
Right.
and her performances that she gives. Yeah, I think that's those two people
two,
specifically.
How about Shannon?
I was widely influenced by a lot of blues people like Shamika Copeland, just to mention one name, but I also was big into karaoke. And so I was influenced by Pink and
I was going to say,
Adele
and lots of pop songs. Because
lots
there's a lot
of pop
in
songs,
karaoke.
and so that's kind of where I went to begin with. But my original background was my parents were country musicians, and so I really learned to hate that genre. And then as I got older, I realized that there was something a little bit different called bluegrass. And once I discovered bluegrass, it was non-stop bluegrass all the time. And so I did that for quite a few years and singing along to it, but I never had a partner like Heather or anyone at that point to actually sing along with. So we met at a party a number of years ago, 1 year ago actually, 1.5 years ago, and I was not willing to sing in public. And she kind of drew me into a song because I was actually looking for someone to sing with. My daughter was moving, we sing together, and she was moving to Vancouver to go to school, and I wasn't going to have a partner anymore. And so I met Heather, and she really filled that in for me, and then it just kind of really grew from there because of Eric's music.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about Ange? How about...
I'm new to bluegrass.
okay, so what are your
my
influences?
bluegrass influences are these people.
Don't you
But what about
love,
your music? Who do
Geddy
you li-
Lee and Rush? Just
Well, I love
like
Geddy
John?
Lee. Okay, so if I don't know if Fly By Night counts as a bluegrass influence.
No, it does not. No, I just
Doesn't
wanted to
have
know
to
who
be.
your
General
influences are. Who
influences.
influences you?
I learned to play bass playing Sting covers.
Nice.
Yep, following
Yeah.
along the sheet music in my Sting book and listening to music and working it out.
And then obviously Rush. Cause,
And
yeah.
obviously Rush. 'cause
Because
Bass
if
player.
Rush didn't exist, what would Sting have to steal from?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
There you
Really. I mean that. How about Andy? What's your musical influence?
Well, family. I grew up with a strong musical family. My dad was a square dance fiddler and a bagpiper, and I ended up learning both of those, bagpipes and mandolin, not fiddle.
Wow.
So sort of Ottawa Valley, Northern Ontario-ish style. And then I was in Halifax for a number of years, so the Celtic influence there, both Cape Breton, Scots, Irish, and got more and more interested in the bluegrass country sort of thing, more because I like the solo breaks. It was something to try and play on the improv side of things.
Right.
And that wasn't something I grew up with. I grew up with, one tune, play it 8 times through, stop, next tune. So this has been a real growth opportunity, and that's what the band has given me too, is growth
Cool.
opportunity.
And he rocks those breaks too.
Many
ever.
Where can people find you and your music?
You can find us on Facebook at Hill60, and that's basically where you can find us.
It's
Awesome.
at HILL, the number 6 and number 0.
Yeah.
Perfect. What do you have coming up in terms of either releases or shows?
And we're
November.
playing an old school barn dance up in the Cowichan Valley at a place called Vimy Hall.
When's that?
28th of September.
Excellent.
And it's a family dance by the local community.
Awesome.
And then
Yeah.
other things are in the
Perfect.
fire that we'll let you know on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put all the links below. And I really want to thank all of you for coming in and recording with me today and featuring your music on my channel. And it's just been a great experience. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
John.
you, John.
Thank you,
Really
John.
appreciate it.
Okay.
You're welcome.